issue is really how it's framed. And for a lot of African Americans, you know, when you say civil rights, you know, we immediately think of the civil rights movement. Sure. And that's where the confusion comes in. And I don't think that the folks organizing and orchestrating the gay rights movement understand that. As far as the civil rights movement is concerned for black people, that argument is always going to be dead on arrival. See, the gay civil rights movement always wants to equate it to the civil rights movement, right, but they really don't understand that movement or the history behind it.
What I think, I've seen a lot of people, gay activists, make the comparison of the same, basically equating their struggle with the struggle of black people throughout the civil rights era. And that hits me, even me, kind of wrong, because historically, millions of people died. They were disenfranchised from home, couldn't have a name. This is about one segment.
It is the gay marriage issue that has ignited the anger and fear now, including some racial tension. African-American voters turned down gay marriage 70-30 in California. That prompted gay activist Wayne Besson to write an article criticizing the black community. Quote, "There is something particularly galling and repugnant about people who have felt the sting of discrimination turn around and step on another minority. What happened at the ballot box feels like a personal betrayal and the hijacking of history," unquote.
Also disproportionately helped to take rights away from the gay community.
I think of my friend Keith Boykin, who wrote a famous blog post entitled, "Why Are White People So Homophobic?" And he talks about there's so many examples. For example, at the time it was the head of the military, Peter Pace, talking about how he didn't accept gays in the military, that it was just wrong. It was his moral religious views. There's so many more examples of white people saying homophobic things than there are black people saying homophobic things. It's just fascinating to me that people sort of get caught up in this strange meme that quote unquote black people are more homophobic, when really homophobia happens in all communities.
Buried deep beneath the stone, and the valley people swore they'd have it for their very own. Go ahead and hate your neighbor, go ahead and cheat a friend. Do it in the name of heaven, you can justify it in the end. There won't be any trumpets blowing come the judgment day, on the bloody morning after one tin soldier rides away. So the people of the valley sent a message up the hill, asking for the buried treasure, tons of gold for which they'd kill. Came an answer from the kingdom, with our brothers we will share all the secrets of our mountain, all the riches buried there. Now the valley cried with anger, mount your horses, draw your sword, and they killed the mountain people, so they won their just reward. Now they stood beside the treasure on the mountain, dark and red, turned the stone and looked beneath it. Peace on earth was all it said. Go ahead and hate your neighbor, go ahead and cheat a friend. Do it in the name of heaven, you can justify it in the end. There won't be any trumpets blowing come the judgment day, on the bloody morning after. One tin soldier rides away. Go ahead and hate your neighbor, go ahead and cheat a friend. Do it in the name of heaven, you can justify it in the end. There won't be any trumpets blowing come the judgment day, on the bloody morning after. One tin soldier rides away.
Folks organizing the gay rights movement, oftentimes when you look on the news, you see white people. So it's very hard for a lot of African Americans to deal with that idea of gay rights being civil rights, because they don't see people like me making that argument. Because another black person can't say to me, well, you weren't dragged out of your house and you weren't this.
Right.
But again, there aren't a lot of African Americans who are leading, African American gay and lesbians leading this movement.
Okay.
Therefore, I believe in white supremacy.